Lindsay and welcome to my Q&A video. I first just wanted to thank you guys so much for entering the giveaway. Thank you for leaving me questions. You know, I was so worried about that. I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into the Q&A and I will be announcing the winner of my giveaway at the very end of the video, so stay tuned. Okay, so we're just gonna go right ahead and just dive on in. Let me get up the questions here. Okay, if you could talk to an author that you didn't like their book, who would that be and what would you say to them? Probably never gonna meet her, so I would guess it would be like Sarah J. Maas. Like, I just don't care for her writing. I can't ever imagine a time when I would actually meet her, but if I did and she was like, hey, what did you think of my book series? I'd be like, it has such a pretty cover. What is a book that you read and loved but then watched the movie and was disappointed by? Ooh, I can't really think of a good answer for this. Can I say TV show? I think the series of Unfortunate Events Netflix TV show is not really for me. I think that their pacing is kind of off. It's like really slow and I don't care for it. I think the original movie was really good, but yeah, I was expecting more from Netflix and it was just kind of slow and boring and each episode is so long. They're like an hour or something each. Didn't like it. Do you like the Harry Potter movies? Yes, I do. I really enjoy them. How do you always have perfect makeup? I don't. It's an illusion. The only thing I know about makeup is what I learned from Jaclyn Hill on YouTube. I know nothing else. I just copy exactly what she does. Where is one place that you want to go and live for 1 year, be that in real life or in a book? I'd love to live in England for a year. Like, that would be super cool. Or just anywhere in the UK. That would be so cool. But in the bookish realm, definitely Strange the Dreamer's version of Weep. Like, not the real one where the gods are like wrecking havoc. His version, the dreamer's version of Weep, where there's just like cakes on people's windowsill and when you get hungry you can just go take one. Sounds wonderful. So this question is referring to a video I did like a couple months back where I talked about how I get obsessed with really weird topics and I just want to research everything about them. So they're asking, what is a topic that I'm interested in as of now? And boy, do I have an answer. Okay, so for some backstory, there's this guy at work that like basically harasses my husband with his ideologies, and he is a flat earther. If you don't know what a flat earther is, go look it up. It's real interesting. But he recommended my husband to like watch this certain documentary and like look up this certain website or watch this YouTube video. So one night we were like, let's just check it out. And I fell down the rabbit hole. Bless their heart, these people are so interesting that believe this theory. But after I found the flat earthers, it's like flat earthers leveled up and they have a movement now called donut earthers. They literally believe the earth is shaped like a donut with a hole in the middle. Have no idea how those people that live in the hole get sunlight, but like, hey, it's totally fine. I've been spending a ridiculous amount of time looking up these theories and like the scientific experiments that these people do to like prove that the earth is flat or that it's a donut shape, but very highly entertaining. What is your favorite book from an LGBTQ plus genre? Love from India. Oh, well, love to India. Oh, an LGBTQ plus genre. See, the thing about this is I read a lot of high fantasy, and unfortunately, high fantasy doesn't seem to cast a lot of characters on the queer spectrum. So unfortunately, I don't read enough of that. But I don't really like contemporary, which is where a lot of like marginalized voices show up at more. So I don't really have a good answer for this one. I'll tell you a book that I just finished that features a lot of people on the queer spectrum is Toil and Trouble, and this is an anthology of 15 tales of women in witchcraft. I was surprised by how much I enjoyed this. I kind of have like a love-hate relationship with anthologies because there's always books that you, or stories that you really dislike, but I had so many in here that I actually genuinely loved. There was one that was so emotional for me, like it actually brought tears to my eyes. Like this is a really, really good anthology. And I really like how this takes marginalized voices like people of color or again people on the LGBTQIA plus spectrum, and it has their marginalizations in it, but it is not about them being a woman of color or not about them being a person on the spectrum. It is just about them living their life and they happen to be gay or they happen to be, you know, Latinx or whatever. it's great and I would check this out. What was your favorite book world universe? Definitely Harry Potter. I feel like that's the default, but if I couldn't say that, Strange the Dreamer. Definitely. Again, dreamers weep. Not the crazy one ruled by the gods. No, not this question. What is your all-time favorite book series? How? Okay, so like Harry Potter, I feel like that's my get out of jail free card because that one's so easy. But I love Strange the Dreamer, and I love Ember and the Ashes, and I love the Gemma Doyle trilogy, and I love The Inheritance Cycle by Christopher Paolini, and I don't want to pick. What was your favorite cartoon growing up? Okay, so I was born a grandma, and I did not watch cartoons when I was little. I grew up watching documentaries on History Channel and Animal Planet, like survival, watch this cheetah eat this antelope type thing, which is probably why I love death and destruction to this day. It all makes sense now. Yeah, I didn't even know that Disney Channel or Nickelodeon was a thing until I got into middle school and other kids were talking about it, and I was like, a whole new world. But yeah, so I think the only cartoons that I really watched were when I was like in preschool. I really liked Brother Bear. That one was good. And I think I watched Rugrats a little bit. So yeah. Oh, well, when are you accepting beta readers for your Mermaid Marrow fantasy? Thank you for being interested. I actually have a writing update coming out very, very soon. And on top of that, I will be making a video when I'm actually like a call to people who want to be beta readers. But I'm thinking within the next 8 weeks, I'm gonna be looking for some betas. What is your favorite bookish trope offers blood sacrifice? Thank you for reading the fine print. My favorite bookish trope is the doomed lovers. I love when two people love each other so much and they just want to be together and they just want to be happy, but they're not going to work out because probably one of them or both of them is going to die. And it's a wonderful play on the forbidden lovers trope, but I think it makes it more dramatic and more heart-wrenching because you know they're not going to be together forever, so every moment that they are together is just, it's just so much sweeter. My question is, with Nano just starting, what is the most words you've managed to write in a single day? My biggest word count has been 2,200 words. Extremely rare for me. A good day of writing is anywhere from 500 to 1,000 words, and that's like a 4 to 6 hour writing day. Like, guys, that's how slow I go. So the fact I have an almost completed book is like stellar. What are your top 3 favorite movies? Oh, okay, I'm gonna forget every single movie I've ever watched in my entire life. Off the top of my head, The Addams Family Values is probably my favorite movie of all time. It's just dark and creepy and so quotable and punny and just perfect for me. I really love, don't judge me, I love Legally Blonde, okay? Like, it's not just a chick lit movie, it has a really good message and I will stand by that. I love Legally Blonde. Fight me. Okay, don't fight me, I'll actually cry. And another favorite, geez, there's like a million and I can't. I love Ever After with like Drew Barrymore. It's so sweet and romantic. Yeah, I'm gonna go with those because I can't think of any others. What is one book universe you would like to live in or like to be in? Again, I would like to live in the Harry Potter universe, and if not, Strange the Dreamer's version of Weep. What is one book you could read over and over again? There's so many. I mean, I could literally, anything that's on my bookshelf means that I like it enough to keep it and that I would reread it. So it could be anything, but I feel like I'm just like a broken record. Strange the Dreamer, probably any of the Harry Potter books. Outside, yeah. I could probably reread The Disappearances over and over again. This is gonna be, spoiler, this is gonna be on one of my favorite books of 2018 reads. It's so beautiful. It's this quiet, soft, subtle, magic, beautiful masterpiece. I love it. I could reread this constantly. If you could make every person in the world read only one book, which book would you choose and why? Common Sense 101, because everyone's stupid. What are 3 books you would take on a deserted island? How nice would that be? What are 3 books you would take on a desert island? Can I say like How to Build a Raft, How to Signal Airplanes in the Distance, and How to Survive and Cook Your Own Food and Hunt and Gather. Is that cheating? I don't care. Who's gonna survive? Me. What made you want to start a booktube? I actually joined the booktube community about a year before I started making videos. I just really liked watching other people, and I just remember watching these videos and being like, oh my gosh, like I read like 60-ish books a year. I could make these videos and I could like maybe make friends and talk to people. Ooh, Cloak of Invisibility, Elder Wand, or Resurrection Stone. Let's be for real. I'm gonna take the Cloak of Invisibility because I am a nosy Nancy, and do you know how much piping hot tea I could get by hiding under that cloak and just like sneaking up and listening to conversations? What protagonist do you relate to the most? Okay, so everyone says this one, but I'm gonna say Hermione Granger, and not because she's like smart or intelligent. It's literally because she's a know-it-all. And I am such a know-it-all, and it's something I actually really need to work on. Like I mentioned earlier, there are things that I love to research. I like to know about a lot of things, and whenever there is a way for me to squeeze something that I know into a conversation, like I do it. And it's gotta be annoying for other people. They're like, oh my gosh, shut up. Like nobody cares at what rate toenails grow at. Like, but I do it too much and I need to work on it. Goals for 2019. What's the best book you've read this year? It's gonna be impossible for me to answer this right now, but I'm just gonna go ahead and list off a few off the top of my head. The Disappearances by Emily Bain Murphy. Definitely Muse of Nightmares. I also discovered Ember in the Ashes this year, and I love that series. I think that's all I can think of off the top of my head. Where did you go to college? I went to a school called Wright State University. It's like 25 minutes outside of the Dayton area in Ohio. Do you work? Unfortunately. Are you married? Yes, I am married. My husband actually appeared in my vacation writing vlog or reading vlog from a long time ago, but yeah, he's in there. I love him. He's pretty great. And does your spouse enjoy reading as much as you do, and do you read the same things? My husband, his name is Brian. He enjoys stories like I do, so we both enjoy that, but we enjoy them through different mediums. So I enjoy getting my stories through books, and he likes to get them through video games and TV shows. So sometimes we meet in the middle and we watch movies together, and it's like really nice. So my question is on Harry Potter. You touched on it in previous videos, but what are your most unpopular Harry Potter opinions? I kind of have two. One's not really an unpopular opinion, but it's something nobody really talks about, and that's the fact that I don't think that J.K. Rowling writes romance very good at all. All of the romances in the book between Harry and Ginny, Ron and Hermione, Tonks and Lupin, whoever else was in a relationship, they're all just really like placid and dull, and there's not a lot of angst or emotions. I mean, maybe between Ron and Hermione, but that was just more of their like relationship in general. Like I'm talking about like romance. I never felt like I don't know, they're just not intense, they're just there. The biggest one is about Dumbledore, okay? So like as kids, we all love Dumbledore, he could do no wrong. But as we got older and we reread the books or we watch the movies again, you kind of start to see that Dumbledore did some things that were like not even borderline abusive, they were like straight up abusive to Harry. And my unpopular opinion about that, quite controversial, but I believe that all of the decisions Dumbledore made surrounding Harry, even the abusive ones, were the right choices, because Dumbledore understood that the life of one boy is not worth the life of the entire community. So I stand Dumbledore and the abusive things he put Harry through, because sometimes when you're in a position of power, you have to make decisions for the greater good, and there is always collateral damage, and that collateral damage was Harry. So yeah, feel free to like drag me in the comments. My critique partner asked, what is one thing you dislike most about your critique partner? If you could travel the world at no cost to you, what countries would you go to? Definitely England, anywhere in the UK, so Ireland, Scotland, Wales, that would be awesome. I know my husband really wants to go to Rome one day, so like maybe we'd go there. He's really into anime, so he'd probably want to go to like Japan and Korea and all these places. So I think that'd be pretty cool. Okay, so I got two questions that basically asked kind of the same thing, so I'm gonna answer both of them with the same book. What books do you want to experience again for the first time that is not Harry Potter? I went with something a little bit different, and that is Albus by Christopher Paolini. This is the second book in the Inheritance cycle, and this book has like one of the best plot twists I've ever read, and I just want to experience it again because I like vividly remember being in my 8th grade class and getting this book and reading it and getting to the part where there is this plot twist, and I was just like, it's so good, and I just want to experience that all over again. I I love this series, you guys. Give it some more love. Give us some more love. Ooh, what is one book that you wish you had never read and why? This is a really good question, and it's hard to answer because even books I dislike, I feel like I got something from them and they help me in some way. Maybe as they teach me how not to write a book. But I'm gonna go, and I don't even want to touch it. Like, I'm not even gonna get it down. But it's gonna be The Cursed Child, which is up there on my Harry Potter shelves. It's just fan fiction. It's not even written by J.K. Rowling. The dialogue was really cringy. The characters were totally like disregarded of who they were in the original series. It was just, no. You don't need to read it, and I kind of wish I didn't. Are you writing or planning to write a book? If yes, can you tell us anything about it? Yes, actually, I am writing a young adult dark fantasy called When the Sea Came For Us. It is about a girl who is abducted by monsters of the deep, and she has to get back and save her family, even if that means that she is going to become a monster herself. So I actually have a bunch of writing vlogs and some fun fact videos about my book that I will link down below, and maybe one or two in the cards, so you can check that out if you're interested in learning more about it. What would be your dream job? Honestly, like if I could do this for a living, like YouTube, and be a full-time author, that would be awesome. That's the dream. And the last question is, what is a popular book you haven't read yet but would love to read? I actually just made a video about all of the books that I need to read before the end of 2018. I will again link that up and down below so you can check that out. There are quite a few popular series. I will grab a couple. I've got them right here. But we've got some quite popular books in here. The Raven Boys, Fallen Kingdoms, these Libba Bray books are pretty big, and The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. Alright everyone, so that is all of the questions. Again, thank you so much for entering and asking all of the questions so I could do this video. It is now time to announce the winner of the giveaway. So the winner of my 500 subscriber giveaway is this person. So magical. Congratulations to the winner, and thanks to all of you guys for entering. I will definitely be doing another giveaway again. I love you guys, and I just want to give away some books. So thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!